What's going on, everybody? It's Bill Bailey with today's Boondoggle on Domain Cleveland Radio, and excited about today's interview. We've got the infamous Dale Crover from the Melvins on with us today, and Patrick and Evan are back here with me, two musicians that can connect with you on the musical end. I'm the musical fan, so I just wanted, glad to see you on here. It's our second live stream. We're still kind of new to this ourselves, but good to have you on. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Killer.
Hey, Dale, usually when I have somebody on, I like to kind of get a quick background of them, like, what led them into music. But before music, do you remember what you originally wanted to be when you grew up?
Yeah, it was either like a cowboy or a baseball player.
Nice. And then the first time you discovered music, do you remember what was it that kind of led you down that rabbit hole?
I remember music being around forever, but if I had to name a group or something like that, probably the Osmonds.
Oh yeah, I remember Donnie
or
Marie.
The Monkees. I remember having an Osmonds lunchbox when I was in first grade. Even back then, I got made fun of,
And you took that and used it, and made a career out of it, right?
Exactly. And now I'm playing Crazy Horses with the Red Cross.
Nice. Yeah, it's funny too. You mentioned that because I remember the Partridge Family and the Brady's, and kind of segueing into your solo album, Rat-a-tat-tat. The shark, the song "Shark Like Overbite." When I was listening to it, I was like, man, it almost sounds like Sunshine Day or something that would be playing on the Brady Bunch. The way the music sounds, I dug it.
Yeah, that's funny. I saw a review the other day that said something about the Partridge Family as well. And I guess maybe that's the Steve McDonald influence. Steve's in Red Cross, and they've always flown that Partridge Brady's flag. Those guys were even in a movie with Keith Partridge. And I know that they asked him a lot of questions about those days.
Oh, sweet. I didn't know that.
You were down to go for anything on this one, then. That was the impression I got.
Say that again?
The impression I got was you were down to go for anything. Nothing was off limits.
Oh, nothing. Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah. Love it.
So, I wanted to ask, when you first started playing music, what was the first instrument that you took to? And then, very first band.
First was guitar, and I remember getting a nylon string acoustic guitar when I was 8 years old, and my mom got me some lessons at the local library where I learned, Kumbaya and Hush Little Baby, the hits of the day.
Yeah.
And then from there I moved on to the cello when I was in fourth grade.
Nice.
And from cello, it went cello and then tuba, because I loved the sousaphone. I really loved marching bands, and I really wanted to play sousaphone. And then drums. So I guess because there was really no tuba in rock bands.
So what inspired you to want to get on the drums though? 'Cause it seems to me like that. I don't know. You're a solid, tight drummer. What was it about the drums that was alluring to you, or was it just
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was just always something that I always liked, guitar and drums, and I don't know, basically rock bands. So, I was playing guitar, and I remember the neighbors had a drum set that I borrowed, and I just felt like I could play them instantly because I was showing, you know, I was playing guitar and I was showing some other kid how to play the drums, thinking I knew how to play the drums.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just fun to beat on stuff, and you know. And then I also got convinced by another friend of mine who was this older guy in the neighborhood that played guitar, and he just kind of convinced me that I should play drums. You know, so maybe he thought there was enough guitar players.
You're kind of like a musical stuntman where you just went for whatever, like it just naturally developed, and that you figured out you were like a
jerk of all trades, master of none.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. I get it, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've talked with people that, like, you know, they learn one instrument and they're trying to create something. They have a vision and they can't find reliable people. Like these two gentlemen have had the same story. They play multi-instruments because they couldn't find reliable people to produce their art. So they just said, all right, can't find somebody, got to do it myself. So they learned everything. Is that similar story kind of with you?
Yeah. I'm trying to clone myself now, actually. Well, actually, I did already. So
nice.
Yeah, keep us posted on that, because I'll invest in that too.
Well, yeah, I'm writing them now. We'll see if it works. You know, trying to get them interested in you know.
So are we talking to a clone of you or the real you?
Yeah. Which one do we have on right now?
Hard to tell. I think I'm the first one. The other ones are much smaller looking.
Okay.
Nice.
You know, and not necessarily male.
So with this album, what was it like? I mean, you've worked with Steve from Red Cross in the past, and now with Toshi. How's it been like working with these guys?
Yeah, well, Toshi, I've been working with for a long time. He's been working with the Melvins at least since 2000, probably. So yeah, a good 21 years. So it's really easy, you know, really, you know, easy to work with him. I mean, I just kind of let him do whatever. He knows what he's doing. This long to tell
sometimes
him
he might know your sound better than you, huh?
Say that again.
Sometimes he might know what you're trying to play better than you. Sometimes, right?
Yeah, and then I just let him do it. You do it. I'm gonna go get a burger.
Well, so we had a question about that. Do you and Buzzo have to see a marriage counselor or anything? That's a fucking feat to be able to work with someone for the length of time you have with them.
Yeah. Well, no, because we're not married. So no, we get along amazingly well, you know, and I guess that's what's made this for the whole time.
Yeah, like, is there a secret to that, keeping that relationship?
That's what I was gonna ask.
You know, I mean, so many bands seem to just like disintegrate out there that get tired of each other. You guys seem to have been able to pull off the longevity. You got like a secret to that friendship and relationship?
I mean, other than, you know, we knew this was a good thing, and why ruin it? You know, it's worked for this long. You know, why do we want to fuck it up?
Nice, simple.
We've managed to you know, be able to make a living, find women to marry us, and raise families, and nothing's gone to shit yet. So far, knock on wood.
Yeah, we gotta follow some of that. So what's been the message that you guys were looking to send out with this project?
I'm sorry, you're kind of glitching a little bit. Can you repeat that?
What was like the main message you were trying to send out with this album?
Oh, main message that I'm cool and I can do a record that's really awesome. That's about it, you know. I mean, hey, I'm just a drummer, you know. You're got some big philosophical message on me. Sorry, you know. I just wanted to make a good record that people would enjoy.
Right on.
I think so, you know.
It takes a lot of, for me, a lot of balls to throw a jaw harp in a song. That's pretty sweet, man. Like, what the hell? You know, like, I need a jaw harp in there. You know, like what inspired that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really into. There's this soundtrack called Performance. Well, it's a movie called Performance, and there's a really great soundtrack. It's a movie that Mick Jagger was in, weirdo movie from late '60s, early '70s, and Ry Cooder does a lot of songs on there, and I think maybe that might have influenced that one a little bit.
Okay.
And plus, you know, Toshi, who's also a multi-instrumentalist,
Nice.
plays a mean jaw harp.
Oh yeah, man.
So, and that's him. That's actually him.
Okay.
You want to add a little bit? Just give us a bit about your creative process. Obviously, it's pretty experimental. You going in the studio. Could you give us information about your process?
I mean, you know what kind of song I'm doing. You know, like there's songs on the record that are definitely experimental. That some of those I started on drums, and at our studio we've got this giant rack of all kinds of like guitar stomp boxes and effects, all ready to go. And for a lot of those pieces, I'll get on the drums and have Toshi dial in some crazy effect that will influence me to play something, and I'll write a song that way, or at least write a drum song that way.
Does a lot of shit come out in the studio, or do you demo shit out at home?
Both. You know, I've been playing around with GarageBand, and some of those tracks that I used, I played it to the record. You know, started in GarageBand and then built on them in the actual studio afterwards. Then there's kind of more regular songs that I have. I'll start with guitar, you know, and add drums and everything else on top of it. So.
Right on.
Yeah. I go to the studio. Most of the songs I have aren't finished. I just finish them there. You know, I mean, they've got, you know, most of the ideas there, and I kind of know what I want to do with them, but then, you know, sometimes it change, sometimes it won't. You know?
Yeah, so you guys are pretty sketched out by the time you're going in there usually.
Mostly. Yeah, mostly. You know, if I don't have an ending, then I'll have to come up with it right there and then. And
Yeah.
I get under pressure. So I like
that's cool because I like to, when I record some stuff, I like to do like an improv drum track and see, you know, what happens from there, what everything else is kind of actually falling. So it's cool hearing that, you know. It's like
a couple of the songs on the record, I did scratch vocals. You know, I knew what I wanted, but then, you know, Toshi convinced me that they, you know, I'm like, I want to redo this. And he's like, why? It sounds great. You don't need to redo it. Sounds cool. Sounds like you're drunk on this one song. I like that. You know?
Right, yeah.
That's well, I probably was. I don't know.
Well, it's cool having like a group of guys around too to support you with like the decisions you make. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, like with Toshi too, I'll have a song and I'm like, does this sound like anything to you? You know, does this sound like a song at all? And he'd be like, no, it sounds cool. And I know even if it does, I could change it enough, you know, that it won't, you know.
If it sounds like the Monkees too much.
Sure. Well, no, I try to make it sound more like the Monkees. You know?
Yeah.
No, but you know, I'll have a song and I'll just go, okay. I mean, or I'll even know where it's influenced by. But I'm like, you know, does this sound too much like whatever, you know? And you know, no. And yeah, I mean, we can always change. You know, have something that sounds like something. I'll try to, you know, I won't play drums the same way or whatever, you know.
Right. It's cool.
So it's like now everything's shut down, but hopefully with the vaccines coming out, everything, things will start opening up. You'll be able to play out live again in front of a crowd. Is there any particular song on this album that you're really looking forward to the most for a live crowd to hear?
Yeah, I mean, there's one that we did a video for called "I Can't Help You Here." That one's cool. I'd like to play that one. Actually, so I don't know when this is going to air, or if this is live right now, or whatever is going on here. But the Melvins are. We've been one episode come out so far of the Melvins TV. I don't know if you guys know about this, but we had a New Year's Eve special, and it's us performing live, in the studio, obviously. And we do 5 songs, and then there's interviews, and there's also other little funny things that happen. There's a new one coming out on Valentine's Day, Volume 2. Oh, and it also has opening bands. And so my band, the Dale Crover Band, is going to open for my band, the Melvins. So,
Nice.
and we're going to play a couple of songs from the new record. So,
What studio are you guys?
What studio?
Yeah,
It's our studio, but it's called Sound of Sirens, is where it's recorded at. So, you'll see. It's pretty psychedelic. It's not just us playing in like some living room like most of the streaming things have been.
You guys went ahead and got a little more creative with it then, huh?
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's over the top psychedelic.
So you keep it in Melvins.
Nice.
Nice. So I wanted to ask too, this is like a weird question I like to ask some of the artists. Like, people usually have like weird superstitions, like before they play a show or whatever. Like they have to have like, a Joe Boo in their pocket or something, or like some dip in, or they tie their shoes right over left or something like that. Do you have any kind of like strange superstitions before you play a show?
Before going on stage, I always feel like I have to tie my shoes a billion times for whatever reason, to make sure they're not too tight, not too loose. And
not tripping over.
Yeah, right. I don't know. There's always that. And other than that, no, not really. I just always I feel like I have to pee a lot. I got pee anxiety.
Oh,
right
dude. Dude, I'm busy all the time.
Can relate.
Especially at work. It might be because I just don't want to work.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I could probably go on stage totally having to pee and then sweat out about 5 minutes and wouldn't really have to. So it's all up here.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask too. I'm a big fan of this project that you were a part of. What was it like when you were together the Peeping project with working with Mike Patton and those guys?
Peeping Tom, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
that was a lot of fun. It was actually, when we recorded that, it was just he and I, and he had already had a bunch of stuff recorded, and I just put drums on top of it. Now, I know I recorded probably about 30 songs, and I think that there's certainly not that many on that Peeping Tom record. So I don't know what happened to all those other songs, but there's some really good stuff on there that I don't know what happened to it, or if it ever see the light of day, or I don't know. Yeah, mystery.
Well, I'd like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I really enjoyed that project.
You're glitching again. I'm sorry.
I'm saying I really enjoyed that project.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna do more or not. I guess we'll see. He's always doing something different.
Yeah, definitely.
What about what was it like working with Jello?
Jello?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Put him on blast.
No, I mean, we did a lot with him and worked really hard on stuff for a long time. We got involved with him because he had seen us play. He did play a bunch in San Francisco, and I remember he kind of really wasn't a fan of ours at first, and then he saw us play and saw us do Alice Cooper "Halo of Flies," and then he came to us. He's like, "I finally get you guys. You guys did "Halo of Flies, and that's just amazing." And our bass player at the time, Kevin, said, "Oh, you're just drunk," and he's like, "I'm not that drunk." And I think we were kind of like jokingly saying, like, I mean, we knew that he had had trouble with the Dead Kennedys and stuff at the time, like, you know, basically taking all those records away from him. And we're like, "Hey, you should have us be your band. We'll play Dead Kennedys." And he's like, "Well, I don't know about that, but I'd be really into doing a record with you guys." And it started from there. And he initiated the whole thing and started coming down to LA and staying at my house and making himself at home. And yeah, we made 2 records and did some touring and some shows, and I think he realized, because he didn't really have a band, you know. After the Dead Kennedys, he had done, you know, records like the Ministry guys, you know, did their thing, did some stuff with DOA and maybe a few other bands, but I think that playing with us made him realize that he should have a band, and you know, and so now he does, you know, and that's yeah. So I don't know, maybe we'll play with them again someday. It was certainly a fun experience, and yeah, I've got all kinds of crazy stories.
Oh yeah, love to hear one.
Oh, if we only had a couple of days.
Yeah, right. Oh, I bet, man. I bet you've probably seen a lot of wild shit. So.
Yeah, I mean, your history, your catalog is just amazing. You know,
all
the people you've worked with,
right?
How long you've been doing this?
You've got quite the resume, man.
With Nirvana at the beginning and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Any cool stories of when you were working with Nirvana?
Any cool stories of working with Nirvana? Let me think. Yeah, I don't know. I remember, like, I was playing with those guys. I was filling in for, well, they were drummers, and it was after they had gotten rid of Chad, and all of a sudden they got an offer to tour with Sonic Youth, and so they called me up to see if I would fill in for them, and they came down to San Francisco, where I was living at the time, and they showed up, and Kurt had a bunch of broken guitars. It didn't work at all. So I took him to this guitar shop where he bought this Mosrite guitar. So it's a kind of a rare Mosrite gospel guitar that he bought from the store in San Francisco that I took him to, called Real Guitars. And he wouldn't play it because he really liked the guitar a lot, but he was afraid he was going to smash it. So, you know, his guitar before that he really liked was a Unibux that was a Mosrite copy. And so he got this special gospel guitar, but then it got stolen out of their van when they were making Nevermind. They were staying at this these monthly rental apartments here that, like, you know, people TV shows at or whatever, or bands will stay at if they're like recording. And so this guitar got ripped off out of the back of their van, and then years later, mysteriously shipped up and gets sold for $100,000. So,
wow.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm wondering if that's how much your clones will be going for in a couple of years.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
Yeah. Right.
You ever get any of your shit stolen?
Yeah, I had a snare drum stolen that I really liked out of our van a few years back. So, Texas, stolen in Texas.
I got shit stolen in Houston too.
We were just down in Texas, so.
But that's where we got robbed too. We got robbed playing in Houston too. Something about Texas.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's where I got my new snare drum.
Was it purple?
Maybe.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky, you know, knock on wood.
Yeah, man.
I might steal one of the Dale Crover clones.
Yeah.
So, did you have another one?
No,
Okay.
keep going, man.
So I wanted to ask you some of the questions I normally ask guests when I have on the show too. Who are some of who are your top three like musical artists and inspirations? And you can't say the
Top
Monkees.
three. I can't say the Monkees or the Osmonds. No. Okay. Well, Kiss would have to be up there.
Oh yeah.
You know, Beatles. Can I say the Beatles?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say Beatles. Why not?
Okay. And I'll say, let me think of one more good one. Judas Priest.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. Kiss is usually a one that gets mentioned a lot. It's like the gateway. It seems like for some people.
I'm the right age. You know.
Was it the music or the theatrics?
It was just, well, both. You know, it was
Right.
just. I remember seeing them on TV. So I always say, and I know other people my age say the same thing. I saw them for the first time on the Paula and Halloween special, and that was kind of like my generation seeing the Beatles on Ed Sullivan.
Right.
You know, so it was just like, what is this? You know, and then every kid in school had the record. So, but I still think Alive is a really great record.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
like
that was
song.
one that started me down the rabbit hole too. I remember I've shared this story before, but it was Christmas, and my sister used to get a lot of albums for Christmas, and I was still too little to start getting albums at the time. And she was into like Leif Garrett and Rod Stewart and stuff like that. So I remember her opening up albums, and she had like Leif Garrett and all that. Was all excited, and then she opened up Kiss Alive. Somebody for some reason thought, I'll get her Kiss Alive. And she was like, ew, what is this? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, and I like reach over, and then that was it. I was hooked. I was in just from seeing that cover.
Yeah, exactly. I stared at that thing forever. The booklet inside.
The Kiss parody covers you guys did, the albums, the Melvins ones.
Yeah.
With the art, those are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, thanks. Thankfully, those guys saw the humor in it too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah. You would have been in trouble if not.
Right. No, I mean Gene. It's like I remember somebody asking him about that, or I saw an interview where they're asking him about, what about the Melvins doing those Kiss records that look just like yours? And he's like, well, I mean, they were obviously doing that, it was obvious that they were paying tribute or whatever, but and I think they're just asking him about like, I think they sort of like put a stop to King Diamond's makeup or something like that. And he's like, no, that's too close to mine. But I mean, somebody obviously, a parody or a tribute, well, we know where it comes from. So.
Well, at least they have a sense of humor then.
Yeah. Well, they even took us on tour, which was nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's badass.
Oh, you got any good stories from that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you try out some platform boots when you're on tour with them?
No, those guys were really nice to us. Like, so that tour, that was the very first reunion tour they did, back in makeup with the original band. And
oh yeah, that's like what 96 or something, I think, right?
96 maybe.
They've done 20 farewell tours since then, right?
What was that now?
They've done about like 20 farewell tours since then.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right.
Well, yeah,
that'll be endless.
Peter. This was the original reunion with Ace and Peter. I was at the one that came to Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
I remember that one.
Well, Stone Temple Pilots was supposed to do that whole tour with them. Scott Whelan, that's when he got busted in Central Park trying to buy heroin. So all of a sudden it was like they had an opening slot. So and we knew Gene a little bit already, but really, like, we were on Atlantic, and our product manager used to be their publicist. So anyway, we didn't think they'd ever happen. And they actually did. Surprisingly, we got to do 6 shows with those guys, and our first show with them was at the Superdome in New Orleans, and we had like a truck, like a Penske rental truck or whatever, with our gear that was already there ahead of us, and we drove out from Los Angeles in a rental car and pulled up to the Superdome in a car, and we're telling them, like, yeah, we're playing here tonight, and they're like, sure you are. Bullshit, get the fuck out of here. No, really, we are, we're the opening band. And Melvins like, you guys pull up in a car. And they had to go get somebody from the Kiss's crew to, like, confirm that those guys are playing here tonight. And then we walk in and those guys are doing sound check, and they see us. Gene sees us, and he's like flicking guitar picks at us, trying to hit us, and Stanley's like going, hey guys, fellas, hey Buzz, how's it going? I haven't seen you since I was coming out of Gold's Gym.
That's a great Paul Stanley.
Dude, you do a lot of great impersonations. The Jello one was good. Paul Stanley's good, man.
Yeah, who else you got?
I don't know.
Dude, Paul Stanley, dude's still ripped, man. We took my dad to see Kiss like 2 years ago, and that dude's flying across the audience on a zip line.
Yeah, he flew right over me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sweet.
Dude's like 70, and he could kick, I don't know, probably half the audience's ass, man. He's ripped.
Yeah. You ever see that thing where he's trying to call out the guy about the laser? You the laser. You gotta look at that. Look at Paul Stanley versus the guy with the laser on YouTube, and they're like, he's like totally cutting him down. You chump, you with the laser. And they're all like standing there kind of looking tough, like, I'm gonna kick your ass. But we're gonna rock and roll tonight, except for you with the laser. You can get out of here.
Nice.
He's probably trying to distract the Eric Singer since he was Catman, because you know how the cat fired those lasers.
That's good. It was
You're going to distract our drummer with that laser. That's why he was so pissed off. Duh.
Fuck up the whole show, dude. You think they got like a giant litter box behind the drums?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Poor Peter.
Hey,
No comment from Dale on the litter box.
That's enough about the cat shit. Okay.
Another question I wanted to ask you, is there a particular song? I mean, you've listened to so many, it's hard to probably narrow it down to one, but do you have one that, like, always kind of, like, if you're going through a rough time, you need that extra oomph? Is there a song that you can always go back to that kind of picks you up and motivates you?
You mean to listen to or to play or?
I listen to.
To listen to. Yeah, I'm sure there's always something. Oh God, let me think me off guard. Well, it'd have to be a Kiss song. Deuce, of course. Get up,
Yeah.
get your grandma out of here. That'll do it for me.
Yeah, that's a good one. Definitely. And then like I mean, you just mentioned you guys got to play with Kiss, but a lot of the people that you played with, do you have like a particular band that you've been on the road with that is like always like you have the most fun with? You always look forward to, like, I got to go out with these guys again.
Oh yeah. I mean, touring wise, gosh, I don't know. I mean, in the last bunch of years, we got to take a lot of bands that we really liked on the road with us. I mean, and some are bands that we knew, and some are that we didn't know that we became good friends with. There's a band from Seattle called Helms Elite that we did some touring with, and I know that we talked about stuff with them again, if we can. If we're ever allowed to tour and play shows again, we'd love to do that.
Yeah, I'm hoping we will.
Just do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, these guys did a Prohibition underground little tour they just came back from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh-huh.
mean, we could get away with it, but
Yeah,
I mean, you can't. I mean, it sucks because you can't do that, you know, because you guys would get like scrutinized and shit. But like,
Well,
we
I think even here
able,
in California, not happening. Not even like, you know, not even like small secret shows or anything like that. Because I'd know. I got my ear to the ground.
Exactly. Yeah, his band was able to get a couple of our bands down to Houston and Louisiana and play some like badass shows, man.
Just generator shows, stuff like that.
Yeah.
the outdoor.
Yeah. Cool. They got us too locked up here. You know, they claim that they're liberal around here in California, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like being a musician, how does the whole like, you know, freedom of speech? You know, we're musicians. I got a voice. You know, it's, you know, you got a job you got to do, and they want you locked up in your home.
Yeah, I know. No, we're screwed.
Well, come move to Ohio, man.
Yeah,
we're
sure.
screwed.
Might have to.
We'll beta test the Crover club.
Yeah.
Send us one of your
trial
plays, and we'll see how it works out.
We'll see how you do in the cold and the snow, with the lake effect snow.
Yeah, not too well. Wouldn't be too well.
Well, then, you know, you're better off there then, I guess.
Another question I wanted to ask you. 3 people who've inspired you or you can credit for making you the person you are today.
Oh, well, my mom. Let me think here. I'll say my bandmate Buzz is definitely like you know, helped me throughout this entire time, and I will say my lovely wife.
Awesome. Good answer. Good answer. All 3 guys, or else it's the couch.
Yeah.
Nice. And then here's one that takes people back. It's a popular question.
Oh, you're cutting out. Can you repeat that one more time?
Favorite toy as a child?
Oh, favorite toy. Oh, yeah. You know, this is an easy one because it was, I remember it would have been on Christmas when I was 6 years old. I got my first toy drum set, and it was a big surprise. And I don't think I had any idea. I it was something I asked for, you know. So Santa knew.
Santa did know.
Yeah, he did. So yeah, I wish I had that too. I've on you know, eBay, things like that, to see if I could find you know that actual kit.
What kind of kit?
It's just a drum set, but if I saw it, I would remember it. You know,
so what was
psychedelic drum head?
What was your first like real kit?
I bought my first drum kit from Handmade, delivering papers on my paper route, and it was secondhand. Bought it from some dude who had a garage, and it was probably a 60s-ish Pearl drum kit. It only had the bass drum, rack drum, and floor drum.
Nice.
And I had to build on it from there. So it was $150, which was a lot of papers.
Well, yeah, back then I guess, yeah. I'm thinking today's standards, you know, I'm dropping all kinds of money for a new drum set. So
yeah,
nice.
My parents didn't have a lot of money, so you know they helped when they could, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're out there working the paper out, saving that money.
That's right.
So earlier you said that you were just the drummer, and obviously you're not just the drummer. But do you like in your mind think like, oh, I'm a drummer? You know, like other than like being a guitar player or you know everything else you do, is it the drums that would be, you know, if you were on an island, you know, pick your instrument.
Yeah, it'd be drums.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about.
You know.
Okay, right on.
So, but you know, oh, I don't know. You know, guitar's fun too. What can I say? You know, practicing drums by yourself is boring. You know.
Okay.
That's why there's not that many drums. You know, because it's boring and it's a lot of hard work. You know, it's way easier to play guitar.
I like beating the shit out of the drums on my own. No one's around.
Too,
you know?
Yeah. That's really cool. I mean, you know, when I was learning to play, you know, I didn't practice a lot by myself. I put on records and played along with those.
Yeah. I put my earphones in and I'd like listen to Primus and just try to mimic Tim or something, you know.
Yeah.
Try to do that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. You didn't have earbuds though when you're doing your shit. So.
No, I had the cans, the big over-the-ear cans.
Nice.
So you had to be really careful not to like.
Whatever. Right?
Nice. Hey, I do have a record player. I do.
All right. Good. Hey, did you have anything else?
Just one more last drummer question. As a Fantomas fan, you get nervous filling in for Dave Lombardo?
Did I get nervous filling in for him?
Yeah, is that to follow? Are you pretty confident in the answer?
Big shoes, but you know, I felt confident.
Yeah.
I mean, like that Fantomas stuff is you know, it's complicated musically, but I mean, Melvins are definitely I had so many years of playing that insane stuff that, you know, it was no problem to you know, comprehend what those guys were. You know, I did get to play their easiest record, you know, the one that's more song oriented than others, but it was fun, you know. Be harder to fill in for Slayer.
Yeah. That's an awesome project. That's cool to hear.
Who are some like drummers you could give a shout out to? You know, like who are a bunch of guys you like? Yeah, newer, old. Yeah.
I mean, guys that I think influenced my drumming are like Les Binks from Judas Priest, who hasn't been in the band for 40 years. Clive Burr from Iron Maiden. Okay, here you go. I'd say the best rock drummer I've ever seen in my life. Totally blew me away. I didn't even know much about him when I saw him, but I did know like almost all their songs. Was Ian Pace from Deep Purple. That guy, he's one of the best rock drummers ever. Absolutely.
Yeah, that dude rocks.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those like old live videos and shit, and that dude was like thunder, man.
Yeah. I really like a lot of old videos. Like there was this German TV show. You guys probably know about it. It was called Music Laden. You ever see the Black Sabbath video where there's a backdrop where there's like all this stuff going on?
The Beat Club videos a lot because I'm into that style.
Yeah, Beat Club. Yeah, it's the same one. It's like it was Beat Club in the '60s, and then I think they changed their Music Laden in the '70s. And there's like,
I know what you're talking about.
Like I was watching this really cool David Bowie video from kind of I guess mid period Bowie, but the band is just awesome. He's got like Adrian Blue playing guitar with him, like he's just crazy guitar player. Drummer's awesome. I can't remember who the guy is. He's this black dude that's just fucking awesome. I'm really into watching all those old videos and have been for a long time just because all the drummers are awesome, you know.
Yeah,
and of course, every Stone Rock band picked up on the Orange amps, which was just like the Beat Club's normal backline. You know, Sabbath was using them because those are the in studio amps. But then
every
rock band in the world has Orange because of the German TV show.
Right.
Yeah, I love that German era. I love watching. There's great like I'm on Duel 2, Norway. I love all that shit.
Yeah, someplace I've got like a DVD that's like a whole ton of like krautrock stuff that you've never heard before. You know? But you have but then stuff it's like they documented everything, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Amazon that I was watching too. That covered that bow here you were just talking about. I want to say.
I'm sorry. One more time because you were cutting out.
Oh, I just said there was a great Brian Eno documentary that was just talking about. I want to say the bow era you were just talking about as well.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that Eno documentary.
Yeah, it's called The Man Who Fell to Earth. It's like 3 hours just covering Eno from 71 to 76. So it gets pretty in depth. There's a ton of great shit on Amazon. I've been watching it, and then there was like 4 on others of it. It was like 3 hours on like from 60 to 72. So it got so in depth. I've been digging on all that shit.
Oh, awesome! I'll have to look for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, what else you gonna do when you're locked down? Might as well catch up on some of these, right?
Hey, my dad's got a generator. If you guys want to come to Cleveland, we can't pay you, but I don't get you some food.
I'll throw $20 on it.
All right.
Is there anything open there? Like, what about like, can the grog shop open or anything like that?
I think they're still closed.
Yeah, they're still closed. They've been doing a lot of fundraising to keep, you know.
I say just throw it.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm worried about. It's like I'm worried that some clubs aren't going to survive this. So, you know.
Yeah, I know you grabs like your guys' place makers now.
Yeah, I think they should just throw a fucking show and be done with it, you know. But we played. My band played Now That's Class recently, and people showed up. People didn't give a shit. We had a good time. It was like the best show they'll ever see, you know. But it's like people need to play. You need to go and play, you know. It's hard, man.
Hey, so I wanted to ask you too. You know, like one of the reasons why I started this, doing this.
I see blurry you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
You're like frozen.
There.
Uh-oh.
We can hear you.
There. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. The video just froze on your end.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys froze well. So.
Okay. I wanted to ask you because one of the reasons why I started this podcast is like I'm a veteran, and I did when I was overseas. You know, like one thing that would take me out of the situation and just kind of like help me get by would be listening to like podcasts or music, putting on the headphones, and just kind of taking me away from that present moment and taking me somewhere else. So I wanted to see if you have, so I'm hoping to get like a bigger veteran audience too because of that, but do you have any message that you'd like to send to all our military members that are currently serving overseas?
Yeah, well, sure. Thank you for your service, and yeah, thanks, man. Thank you for helping do a great job.
Awesome.
My dad was in the service. My dad served in World War II.
Yeah, mine too. My dad was a World War II Marine. So,
right.
But and then I wanted to ask you if people. Oh, here we go. All right. If people want to pick up the album, support your work. That are any of our audience that might not have heard of it or just want to support you guys, where would you send them to get like the album, pick up the music, pick up any merchandise, the Melvins project that's coming up?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, if you got a local record store that you can go to, that's always good. But if not, you can always order stuff direct. My solo record is available, through Joyful Noise, and also, I don't mind if you stream it off of all the streaming sites as well. However you listen to music is fine by me, and then same with Melvins. You could buy it through Ipecac, or however you get your music, fine by me. Buy multiple copies.
Yeah, I'm still one of those people that like to hold the actual physical product. So I'm still.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I still
artwork and everything like that.
Me too, but I do the majority of my listening on the phone or computer, you know. But I still like CDs, you know. I think they sound the best, but you know, however, you know,
They're cheap to
most
have
important
made.
things that they are, yeah. Yeah. I guess the most important thing is the music, so you know, as long as it's being listened to.
And you said Melvin's on Valentine's Day, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Plug that.
That's through. You can find that through veeps.com. VEPS.com. And if you just search the Melvins, they also have all kinds of streaming stuff on there as far as bands go. And then that's only $5 and it'll be up for a week.
Nice. Right on.
I'll tell my girlfriend.
$5. Yeah, Valentine's Day. Yeah,
Guess what you're doing for Valentine's Day, honey?
Hey, you know what? My brother's a big fan. Big fan. He wanted me to ask you about track 2 on Bootlegger. I think it's called Let It Be. And he said it's 2 songs, and he wants to know if there was another name to the other half of the song.
Part 2.
I told him, I was like, maybe you should.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, on the bootlicker. Yeah, I think it's just Amazon. Is that the one? Amazon 2.
I think I think he said it was Let It Be.
Oh, Let It Be. Oh, because there is. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, there's a whole like second half to that song.
Yeah.
I think it's just. I think it's the same song. Funny, because I forgot all about that, and then somebody else pointed it out. Oh, yeah, what other part? What other part?
Right. He's thinking there's some, like, you know, deep, like, hey, you know, there's got to be more to it, man. There's got to be more to it. I was like, just let it be, man.
That's right. Yeah. Just let it be.
You answered the question. That'll make him happy, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right on. Very cool.
Valid.
All right. Well, hey, Dale, it's been great talking to you. We've almost had you on an hour. I don't want to
Right on.
too long. Definitely appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And man, hopefully, you know, things start opening up out there for you guys, and hopefully you'll see the garage shop soon.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
looking forward to coming back to you.
Awesome. Hey, well, thanks again for your time. Take care.
Hey, we got
All right, you too. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.